Super Plus.
Greetings and welcome to the Hills of Steel 2 Tank Breakdown series. I'm your host Andrew and welcome back to another video in the series. This time we're going to be taking a look at the legendary tank Kong. This legendary tank packs a punch, quite literally, that you'll see in the gameplay. Looking at the stats, you can see it is very healthy, so makes it a great frontline tank. It also has incredible speed based on its size, so it makes it moving across the terrain quite easily and quickly. Its attack is very strong, and its special is what will cause a lot of problems for the enemies. In our attachments, we have just a few available, but what we're going to be putting in is the plus 10 to special power through the amplifier, as well as a little bit extra of movement speed. The reason why we do this is that because Kong is a melee based tank, we want to get up close and personal as fast as we can, and you'll see what we mean by additional special damage. But let's jump into some gameplay to see Kong in action. And to do that, let's start things off with a little star catch. Kong has 2 attacks and 1 special. The first attack is a regular punch, which will hit any tanks in the vicinity in front of him. The second is a ground slam. This will hit the ground where Kong is standing and send out a shockwave forward into any tanks that is in range. Because Kong is a formidable tank to be on the front line, it means that we can push up close and personal to the enemies while the rest of our team can sit back in safety. Doing this with our punches and ground slam, we can actually push them right back and keep them contained in a little area. Our special is the leap. Whenever built up, we can leap high up into the air with Kong, and a reticule will appear on screen. We can then pick where we choose to drop, and then come slamming back down with the weight of Kong to do a tremendous amount of damage. If we manage to do this correctly, and hit multiple tanks at once, we can continuously build up the special after another, which means it is very difficult for enemies to deal with us because they cannot attack us while we are in the air until we come crashing back down and doing a lot of damage. Kong is a relatively straightforward tank to play. You move, get close, punch and ground slam, and try and keep the enemies away from your team. Ideally, you will not be wanting to pick up any sort of stars or anything else that involves you being vulnerable on the front line. Because although Kong is a strong, heavy frontline tank, it is not impossible for him to die. This also makes it a little easier getting across terrain when using your special. When you jump up into the air, the enemies cannot see your reticle, so you're able to jump up, move past even their front line, and get towards the squishier targets at the back. This is a great advantage for being able to take down any enemies that are sitting back in safety doing a lot of damage. You can also use your ground slam from behind a hill, but because the distance of it is not that great, usually it will not hit too many targets. The leap will be crucial in certain game modes like Bunker, whereas the objective isn't to kill, but to get past the enemy and take down the objective. However, when it does come into fighting, particularly here in one-on-one, Kong can still very much hold his own. We're going in a mirror matchup, Kong versus Kong. But another thing to note when attacking, both with your punch and with the ground slam, you'll notice that there's a little bit of a knockback. This means that when we land a punch and knock back the enemy, we do not only damage, but give ourselves that extra second of not taking damage from them. So we can use this combo of punches, ground slam, knockback, as well as the leap to do a lot of damage, keep control of the match, and end up with a victory. Of course, as we stated earlier, Kong still does take a lot of damage. If you are playing something like boss mode where you are the boss, it might prove a little bit difficult whenever you're going against a ranged team that are able to just sit back in safety and just do damage to you from a distance. It's at this particular point you will want to decide, should I charge in and do as much damage as I can, or try and play it safe at the background. Kong, however, being a very strong front line, usually means that you can get aggressive. In this clip you'll see exactly what we mean. You will want to get up close, do a lot of damage, and then try and take control of the map. However, in this instance, we went down relatively quickly, so we need to get back into the game quickly, which is why we have the movement speed, but of course the attachments on how you want to play will vary. Now we take advantage of the fact that they are low. We start doing a lot of damage, get our special built up, and get them pinned into their spawn zone. This now makes it very difficult for them to do anything. With a continuous chain of specials, we're able to do a lot of damage along with the buck to keep them controlled in this environment while our teammates gather the stars. Naturally, this won't apply to every game mode, but the principle of playing Kong will stay the same. Do a lot of punches, ground slam, and then execute your special when needed. Use it to get at the advantage of towards bunkers, to do a lot of damage on grouped up enemies, or to sneak by them to do other things. Once you learn how to do these, you will become a devastating Kong and completely unstoppable, and it will apply to both single and 3-on-3 mode. This concludes our tank breakdown for the legendary tank Kong. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep up to date with all the content, follow our social medias, as well as join our Discord to hang out, chat, share fan art, amongst other things. If you play Kong, also don't forget to leave us a comment below so that you can let others know how you play them, what attachments, and what you find works best with this legendary puncher. Until the next time, have fun, and we will see you on the hills.